freaking love you, man.
I love you too.
Oh, I'm gonna close the door.
Not you, Kyle.
It's okay. I don't need your love, Jake. Ugh.
Yeah, I smelled his pork belly.
Wait, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, that one.
Ooh, I could have fucked you up.
Yeah.
Are you rolling on? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Kyle
Oh, we shouldn't swear.
Kyle took a poop in my toilet while I wasn't here.
Yes, he did.
He did indeed.
Here's
do
the
that.
picture to prove it.
We'll talk about it later.
What movie is this, guys?
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
Evil.
Pacino ears.
Happy
Yep,
New
you
Year's
shaggy
Eve.
goose.
What's
and
today?
welcome to January 1st.
Is it New Year's Eve or New Year's Day today?
New Year's.
Yes.
Saturday.
It is in the New Year's.
It is in the New Year's.
It's 2022.
Because we record these on day. We record the day. That's what I was kind of scared. So business out of the way first. God, just go. I swear to God, listen to the podcast.
Yes, please.
Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Al Pacino's Prison Scene. Rate us 5 stars.
You don't even have to do that.
It's not. No,
just-
well, actually,
Just
you do.
watch it.
We'll rate it. Listen, just do it. I swear to God, it's that easy. I swear to God. You know what you do? You click a button.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
You've already done half the work.
you're so close.
Yeah.
If you're listening, you
You're so
already
close.
know how
You're so close.
well worth your time we are because it's been 2 minutes and we haven't even gotten to about what this show is.
Actually, Kyle said it.
I did. New Year's Evil.
Well-
This is the one where this is the podcast where we look at movies that apparently have no meaning and we analyze it and we pull out a meaning right out of the butthole and we.
And for the
think
New Year's, we
think
did something
about
special.
it,
We
think
picked a
about
movie
it,
that really
think about it.
doesn't have anything to say about anything.
Hey, just so you know, after this, we are getting to viewer submissions that were submitted to us last year.
Yes.
Sorry, I know, guys. I know
we got
that
behind.
Mary,
Yeah.
you sent one like a year ago.
Which Mary? Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know she listened to us.
Well,
Hello.
yeah. Name
I don't know
drop.
if she does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Half of our
Well, then,
listeners
never
don't listen
mind.
to us.
October
So thank you.
10th. October
Thank you.
10th was when she submitted it.
Okay, well, we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Anyway,
That's hilarious because
What-
we had plenty of time to do that.
well, not really.
Well, we could have substituted Starship Troopers, I suppose. But the other ones were like holiday themed.
Oh yeah. But anyway, New Year's Evil,
Yeah.
written and directed by who knows
Came out
in
in the
1980.
80s. And I'm gonna
1980.
be honest with you guys. The only good thing about this movie is the theme song, and they play it every fucking second of the movie.
That is true.
Because the rest of it's just bad.
And you know why it's bad? Chris, why don't you tell us?
Well, I
Dude,
would love
the plot
to.
is so small here. We might
But
actually get
because
going.
it's also really small, and because I really didn't give a shit about this movie, and I only watched it twice, and I still don't really know exactly what happened
I only
because
watched
it
it
was so
once.
Yeah.
stupid.
He has to watch it 3 times to get it.
I'm gonna read the Wikipedia word for word, and this is the only time I've ever done that. It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The entirety of it.
The entirety of it. Yes.
It is.
New Year's
is.
Eve is on its way, and television's most famous punk rock lady icon, Diane Sullivan, or Blaze, as her fans call her.
They say Blaze.
Boy.
Oh, I
Blaze.
put that on my notepad too.
Blaze.
B
Yes.
hyphenated Lays.
I said it was B-U-H, Blaze.
She is holding a late-night countdown celebration of music and partying, televised live from a Hollywood hotel. All is going well until Diane receives a phone call from an odd-sounding stranger claiming his name is Evil, who announces on live television that when the clock strikes midnight in each time zone, a naughty girl will be punished. Naughty girl. Parentheses, murdered. Then the killer signs off with a threat claiming that Diane will be the last naughty girl to be punished. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, nice. The studio
Baby.
crew takes safety measures and heightened security, but a string of murderers occur. Murderers, just one murderer, and it's just the evil guy. His car must be the like what the hell?
pooped in my toilet.
Sorry about that. We had to cut 3 minutes of this podcast.
I had a little bit to drink.
Oh,
So,
God, I
Hey,
hope
we're
that's
not cutting
cut.
any of that.
I fucking hope that was cut. Jesus.
The studio crew hears of this Mr. Evil guy calling Diane, saying that he's going to kill a girl in each time zone within 3 hours. So he starts at, the East Coast and makes it to Hollywood by the end of the movie, which only spanned to like 3 hours. I don't understand how that can happen.
Yeah,
Also, I'm not going to get into this in the recap, but at one point, a guy takes pills and swashes it down with water. This is telling you how bad the fucking movie is. You see the pills under his tongue after he swallowed it. It's fucking stupid. Use fake pills.
Wait, did you
That
say-
leads me to believe that they were real.
Did you say that the killer traveled across the U.S.?
Yes.
No, he didn't. He was in the same area.
Wait.
It was just that the time zones were happening.
Oh, see, that did not.
That
like-
was not okay. That was not clear.
I know. I didn't get it either until like the very end. They said something about location. And I was
Okay.
like, oh, because I thought he was also traveling with it.
That was not clear, but
Yeah.
now that makes much more sense. Anyway, the studio crew takes safety measures and heightened security, but a string of murders occur across Los Angeles at each stroke of midnight, across each time zone. The killer records his victims as he murders them and calls back the station each time he does that, playing the tapes back to prove that he is serious. Diane's son, Derek, is a fucking weirdo, and he arrives to the place, but is mostly ignored by his mother. He's not really ignored by his mother. She does check on him and says, "Hey, I understand that you're upset, and but you're a grown-ass man, and I got my job to do. So I'll be your mother after this." And he's like, I'm gonna tear a hole in your pantyhose and sniff your panties and be mad at you and take pills,
Nick
but
was
not
the only time
actually
I said that.
swallow them.
I hope you have 0 nickels.
Claire?
Well, he's mostly ignored by his mother, causing him to start behaving very erratically due to Diane's lack of interest in his life. Evil eventually infiltrates Diane's party, and upon confronting her, is revealed to be Diane's husband, Richard, who was previously thought to be busy to attend. Richard reveals his motivation to be similar feeling of neglect and anger of Diane's and other women's treatment of him. Yeah, that was a sentence. He gets caught by security trying to kill Diane and flees from the scene. He races toward the rooftop where he commits suicide by jumping off the rooftop. Diane is loaded into an ambulance while Derek is seen wearing his daddy's mask that he used to kill people with in an ambulance, with the corpse of the ambulance driver at the front of the ambulance with him.
Mhm.
The end.
The end.
All right, so if you guys enjoyed that podcast, make sure you drop a like.
Yes.
And then
I'm done talking about this
mid-rolls.
movie. It's genuinely
Mid-rolls.
awful.
Mid rolls
Yep.
at 10 minutes. Look at that. That's a record time.
Yeah.
We should keep doing really fucking terrible movies, and then we get through the recap.
Last time I did 15, and it wasn't.
It was about
You did a great job, Chris.
It was Christmas episode. Watch that one as well.
Hey, it's out now.
It is. Well, it's been out for like
It's
a week.
been out
For a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
2 weeks?
Yes. Why
One
have we not
week?
watched?
Who knows?
Why?
You know what I do? You know what I do know is that you know what I don't know what this movie's about, but I'm gonna say it's about preserving rock and roll.
Or someone else that you know, and I will kill them.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear any of it.
I know.
beginning part?
I know. If your loved one has suffered from mesothelioma, you are entitled to financial compensation.
Guys, what is this movie about?
I just said
It's
Okay.
about
The
misogyny.
the preservation of rock and roll.
Mhm.
Wait, what's the opposite of misogyny?
No, it's misogyny.
See, misogyny should actually be where
Yeah.
women hate men.
Right, and then
Yeah.
misogyny is
Yeah.
when men
hate women. Yeah.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
Nate
Well-
is a misogynist.
Yeah. Hey,
$10.
leftists, we figured it out.
We figured we played your game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like to change definitions? Whoa, so do we.
I just got whiplash from how many definitions just got changed.
J.K. Simmons was in here. $10.
Say it loud
I kind of agree on the misogyny thing. I think it's about specifically the Oedipus complex, and I would say more specifically, an entitlement that men feel to women's time. Boom.
Yes.
Look at me. See,
No women love me.
I'm not on the right. I just agreed. Hey, don't.
Yeah.
Well, you're on.
Don't burp.
You're on my left.
I'm on your left, so what does that tell you?
Dang,
Our
bro.
placement.
That you're a black
that mean-
superhero.
This.
What did you just say?
On your left.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
That is not what I got from
Yeah,
that.
I was just like, Chris, Jesus.
I was like,
Oh my god.
all right. Anyway.
Yeah. Anywho.
I don't know if I agree with you.
Okay.
For the fact that the mom is a.
How so? Like, develop your point.
So, the son. So, number one, she's like, is Yvonne here yet? Get her Yvonne. I have a show that's very important.
Yvonne is the first woman that he kills.
Who is
her friend.
black?
Wait, what? No.
Yvonne?
No.
That was the woman that he slept with.
He didn't
No.
sleep with her. He
No.
made
Well,
it.
yeah, he was
The
about
first
to.
woman that died.
Yeah, the first woman who died is not black.
Yeah, like he was about to have sex with her, and then right as they
She-
were doing
she
it, he
worked at a nursing
stabbed
home.
her. You remember that? Did you watch the movie?
I did. Maybe
you
she
just-
just looked black.
I think I don't even think the nurse that found her was black.
The first
No.
person that died was black. I could have sworn.
No.
No.
I will say, as misogynist as this movie is, it does not follow horror stereotypes.
There's no way.
And have the first kill be.
Yeah. Well, I think the point that Jake just made
trying to make
about the mom being like so hell bent on her career
Yeah.
is actually a point in my favor.
Well, but then
Um,
also
Because I think think about this, right?
the son is like, Mom,
Think about this.
look, I did something.
Think about this from the left's perspective.
Also, the son looks
okay,
way
no,
too old.
No, shut the fuck up.
to-
Shut the fuck up. Think about this from the left perspective, right? This woman has a career that she is very invested in, that she is very, let's say, well known for. She does a great job.
Blaze.
But again, she is very much hell-bent invested on this to the detriment of her personal relationships. And because of that, lesser men, specifically men who don't have career paths or who are trying to go into the similar career path but can't quite find that same kind of success, they resent her for that.
Yeah.
So again, I do think it's specifically about that.
Look.
That she's not the one he kills. That's not Yvonne.
Who is this?
Well, like skip later to the one who gets stabbed because it's the
Yeah.
it's the person he was about to it was the person he seduced.
Yeah.
What?
He doesn't.
Okay, hold on. Y'all keep talking while I watch this.
Yeah, Jay, go ahead and watch the movie while we talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Oh wait, me go ahead.
yeah, good job. So I think while Jake's doing this, I'll take this time to talk about the history of New Year.
Maybe she's just super tanned.
Did you not watch this movie?
Watch, she's about to die.
No, she doesn't.
Look!
What? Do you remember that?
I do not remember
I
that,
don't
because
remember.
the body that they find is the white nurse.
No, they don't ever find her body.
I swear to God, keep going till they
This
find
is-
it.
Does he record
no, this
her
is
voice?
this is an entirely
Yeah, he records.
no.
why?
He
stabs
doesn't
her.
record her voice. She's never brought up again.
The nurse that he's
No,
No,
the nurse.
the-
I'm talking about the black chick.
yes,
Yvonne.
yeah.
Is not the nurse.
Oh my God, I was so lost about. I didn't even write that down. I wrote down every
Yeah,
single
there.
person he
That's
killed.
the nurse.
Yeah. I thought
She dies
she
too.
was the first one.
And they find her body. No, that's the
They
second.
couldn't even
person.
find Yvonne's body.
No.
No wonder I was so confused.
If this is your first time watching us, it shouldn't be. Go back and watch something else.
I
because
told
we
you.
are doing a bad first impression.
the first person who dies is black.
Wow. Okay. Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, well.
Did you watch this movie? Shut the fuck up.
It literally only referred to her verbally after
I know.
after that. That's
I know.
why I
Yeah.
completely forgot about it.
Yes,
It,
I know.
It made more of a show out
Who's a
of,
good
out of
movie
every
watcher?
other murder. It made
Me.
more of a show.
That's
out
why
of
this
it.
that makes this movie worse.
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, this movie's bad.
Yeah. So real quick, before we get into
Let
the
me finish talking about
no
how
before,
it's misogynistic.
hold on. Before we get into the nitty gritty, let's go over the history of New Year's. This is interesting.
Back in 1852,
Mm-hmm.
when the Gregorian calendar was instituted.
Okay. You know what's interesting is that you're wrong. It was 1582, but you got the you did get the
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
but
nice.
That wasn't actually the start of the Gregorian calendar. That was just when it was finally cemented.
That's what I said. Instituted.
So recorded festivities of honor of the New Year's goes all the way back to like ancient Babylon, which is roughly around like 2000 BC.
That's what I said.
And onwards. The Babylonians were the ones who put like the Jews into exile. So their reign lasted up until about hold on. It was at the top of the 4th century BC, if I'm not mistaken. That's whenever Persia became like the world power. Anyways,
Persia.
So and during this Babylonian celebration of the New Year, they had like an 11-day celebration of Akitu, which is like this whole reenactment of creation, the creation myth, right? Where the king god Marduk, and I know you guys have heard me talk about this, where the king god Marduk defeats the evil serpent Tiamat, and the king takes on the role of Marduk, and the king is actually beaten by some of the other people in there, and it's a way of taking on this responsibility of being this king god. And so it's also a way of like a check almost, like the king gets checked once a year.
That's a check.
And
that's a Sweetwater Road.
So also in Egypt, the year began with the Nile rising, and China has it or had it during or I guess they kind of still celebrate it now, but they celebrate the New Year during the second new moon after the winter solstice, and the Jewish New Year is most famously known as Rosh Hashanah, yeah, which is either in September or October, just kind of depends on where it falls. The Julian calendar was created in 46 BCE, and it was the first one to put January 1st as the start of the new year, because Janus is the Roman god of like beginnings, and I think it's the same one where it's like the god of doorways, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But the original Roman calendar is said to be made by Romulus and Remus, mythologically, and that was a 10-month calendar. And by the 8th century BC, it was given 2 more months, which is where we get our 12-month calendar from. So by 1582, January 1st was submitted as the start of the year, after it was suggested to be changed to either Christmas or the Feast of Annunciation in March. But Pope, I can't remember which Pope it was, but it was like Pope something 15. He basically was like, no, we're gonna have it here. We're submitting it. Boom, Gregorian calendar solidified, and it's been that way ever since. So that's just like a little history of the New Year's. So go back into your point about how you don't think this is a piece about let's say men's entitlement to
I don't think it is necessarily entitlement. The son is like, hey mom, look what I did.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, other guy, manager boy, did you make sure my suit's real tight and whatnot? And completely ignores him.
Yeah.
And then that happens several times, except one time she's like, hey, I just wanted to make sure you was okay.
Yeah.
Like, the first time Evil calls, she's like, oh shit, I gotta keep this show going. It's not, oh shit, Derek, are you okay? It's, I gotta keep the show running.
Yeah.
And then later she's like, hey, are you okay? All right, goodbye.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Richard is like, you never loved me. Ever. And she goes, you're crazy.
You're sick. You need help.
Right.
All right, so I have 2 points to refute that. All right, the first one is from a storytelling point. I think the point is that the killer embodies, like, let's say the theme of the movie per se. And I think that is more important to tell what the movie is about, where I think Derek is like, okay, here's this normal example, and this is what his reaction taken to the extreme would be, right? In the form of the killer. The second point I have is that I'm pretty sure he's in the ambulance at the end wearing the mask.
Yes, he is.
So that would seem to clue into the fact that he's taken on this ideology of the father. And that, the father pretty clearly stated,
I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, it's like... See, now we're getting into the extreme left side here. It's like, it's not that she's entitled to give them her time, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, you do have a son that you do have a responsibility towards.
Oh, I agree.
And so that's why I don't know if I would go with full-on misogyny.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree that if you have a kid, your life isn't about you at that point. It's about the kid, right? That's the role of the parent. And so if you fail in that role, you're going to produce terrible children. I mean, that's everybody. It's so clear because we know people in our own lives that are like that, and it's obviously backed up by any statistical data. But I don't think that's the point the movies are trying to make. Which is that's where it gets difficult because it's like I don't agree with, like, let's say the themes that the movie's trying to present.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing what they're presenting.
Well, and I think the killing is where the killing itself, who the victims are, I think is when we see the manifestation of the theme at its most poignant, potent maybe. But even then, it's not really, like, the only connection we get is at the end. So he kills 3 girls? 4? Is it 4 or is it 3?
There's
it's
one
3.
who escapes.
1, 2, 3. 3. It's 3. Because he kills the 1 and then he kills the 2.
Yvonne was in the elevator shaft. She was hanging when...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I wrote that down, but I completely forgot.
So it is 4. It's Yvonne...
Sanatorium chick...
And then the two other ones. Right, so it's 4. But each of them...
But one of them survives, right? One of them,
yeah,
the one runs away.
He picks up the girl in the car.
But what's interesting is we are given no motivation whatsoever. It seems completely random. Mm-hmm. And so then at the end, he's like, all the girls I killed were just like you. But the girls he kills don't present themselves in that way either.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. The second one that he kills, like, throws herself on him.
Well, and that's what I was going to say too. Is it so maybe that's where that misogyny does come in. It's you're a woman, so I'm going to kill you.
Right. Well,
he
exactly.
Even says women are. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He essentially says women just cannot be trusted, and it's a straight up sexist.
Yeah. Well, it's like the ultimate
power.
Don't think of the word.
It's like the ultimate. What am I trying to think?
Running with the devil.
Shit, man! I lost the word that I was going to say. Yeah, just go on. I'll have to find it later.
So that's why so maybe it is at the very core about misogyny, but I think it fails to do that. Present that theme effectively.
Yeah.
By any means. Because it switches... It switches from being about Blaze and Derek about halfway through the movie maybe, and it just becomes about Richard, which is weird.
Yeah, it's weird because it does that 180. Like you don't even know that she has a husband, do you?
Well, no, they say it. They say it.
Okay.
But it's
not. Yeah.
He and then Derek, like I tried to call Dad, but he didn't pick up.
Also, there's a lot of just inconsistencies with this movie. This man, so like, the husband sneaks into the place by like killing a guard or whatever, and this is after they like lock down the hotel, and then he shows up in her hotel room, and then tells the police guy while she's in the room that he was here the whole time. He was just in the bathroom and he was afraid to come out, and she hears him say that, and then they close the door, and then she asks him what's going on, and then he said that he drove up when he heard the call, which means that she heard him lie to the police guy.
I don't know if she did. What the officer asks to Blaze is, he's like, he's like, can you confirm, ma'am? And she goes, yeah, that's my husband.
No,
She doesn't say like, yes, what he just said is true. He goes,
yeah, but she knows that he's lying.
does she?
Yes, because he told 2 different stories of how he got there.
But what I'm saying is, I don't necessarily think that she definitely heard him. Is what I'm
She
saying.
was in the same room as him. Whatever. Anyway.
So what I was gonna say is I think it's the Mephistophelian spirit. That's what I was trying to think.
We're back, boys.
We're back, baby. Into the new year.
Went back into one of our first threesome episodes.
What?
There's 3 of us.
Oh.
And we're doing something. Threesome.
There's always that.
Yeah. So I think again, this is kind of that same idea where it's like, you know, the Mephistophelian spirit is like, you know, life is so terrible that maybe it shouldn't exist at all, right? I think this is in a similar vein where it's like, you know, I've had so many negative experiences with a particular person, therefore everybody like that person must be the same. And I think that grips a lot of people. I think, and I may be using this term wrong, but is that what an incel is? I believe.
I don't know. Chris is one.
I think that means that you don't have the sex. Incel is a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile towards women and men who are sexually active.
I would be an incel if I didn't. I would be an incel if I harmed women.
Well, I don't think you're an incel if specifically women just find you unattractive.
This is the first image that pulls up if you
Bob
type in
Ross?
incel. Put that up.
Is that Bob Ross?
No, it's Jake. Look, you cannot tell me that isn't.
I don't have Jew hair.
Yeah,
Jesus
That's
Christ.
Dave Bird, man.
He's a Birdman?
No,
That looks like Jake though.
I said Dave Bird, man.
So.
Do you know who that is? That's Lil Dicky. Is Dave
Oh.
Bird.
Okay.
So hold on, look at that. You keep talking.
Okay. So
Look.
I love that he pops up.
Boop.
Oh, sorry.
What happened?
Boop. Oh, that's cool. Boop boop
Hey,
boop.
actually, this is for Jared. I'm gonna put this up. This also shows up under incel too,
Look.
Why is that for?
Look at this guy.
because he knows. He knows.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, that looks like you.
And then look there. It is.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So I think
Running with the devil.
I think this is it's kind of pervasive, specifically on like modern day men. Why I don't know if I would even call them men because modern day boys, let's say. It's the idea that again, it's like, you know, you've had so many negative interactions with one person that everybody similar to that person must be the same. This is the same argument that racists have. It's the same argument that, well, maybe to a lesser extent, but maybe a same argument that, like, you know, homophobic people have as well.
I hate the gays, dang it. That's what they say.
Anti-Semitic people, the same.
I hate the Jews. That's what they say.
Okay. You put just enough pause in there that people can take that out of context and then just throw it right back at you.
I hate you. That's what
I say. So, but
What are you doing?
I think it's all the same kind of argument, and it obviously it's very detrimental. But I think it's rooted in a sense of entitlement, I would say. Because this is something that me personally I've had to come to terms with as well. Not like.
Were you an incel?
No. Well, I as soon as I said it, I was like, maybe I need to define what I'm talking about. It's the idea that you know, you have so many negative interactions with women. You know, you try to pursue multiple women and none of it works out, and you go, God, you know, it's the women, it's them that's the problem, not me. That's not true.
What we're saying is
the point that I'm trying to make is, like, maybe if you're constantly rejected, maybe the problem is you.
What we're saying is, date me, please. We're desperate.
Real quick.
That's not
No, keep going.
Jesus Christ.
Stop!
was saying.
Anyway, let's talk about why it's pro rock and roll, but also maybe anti rock and roll.
Oh yeah, the detective guy is like, you guys dress in a certain way that you're asking for murderers to come.
Oh, which speaking of, dude, it would have been such a better title if it was called Murder at Midnight
Yeah.
or Midnight Murder.
Well, honestly, New Year's Evil, the title was what attracted me to this movie. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
that
Chris
sounds...
recommended this.
Yeah, I did because of the title. And
Never again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've never.
I'm recommending
look,
good movies to
Name
the
one.
podcast.
Name one.
Tenacious D.
That you didn't recommend.
I recommended Krampus. No, he
Yeah,
did
I did.
Krampus.
You did Christmas
with the
with
Cranks.
Which I hate.
There were other ones that I did.
Name one. Go
Project Rules, I think.
Fuck.
You
Yes,
did do Project
and there are others.
I need to clean.
There are others.
Hey, editor, bleep that out so he can't tell. Because like it starts out with
This episode's going everywhere.
hey, New Year's Evil, baby. Anyway, she looks at him and she goes, "Oh, because she's like rock royalty. What do they say? The queen of rock."
Yeah.
What is she?
Punk rock.
And then the detective's like, he says several times, every time there's a murder, he's like, yeah, well, look at you. You look like you wanted to get murdered. Looking like that, you murder. But then also we see like at the beginning, it's like the car full of people, and they're like rocking out, and they look like a bunch of douchebags, you know?
Yep. Which I was confused about because the movie started with them, and then you see him like one more time.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd.
But also, you know, it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That like halfway through the movie, when we switch over to Richard's perspective, he all of a sudden just has a really hard time killing people. You know?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So he kills Yvonne fine. He kills the nurse lady fine. And then like the two people that come with him, like they have to stop at like a gas station.
Yeah.
And so he kills them there. And like he leaves to go kill. He leaves. And randomly, there's this biker gang that starts following him.
Well, because he hits their bike with his car because he was looking at a picture, but I don't know. I can't remember who the picture was of, but I think it might have been of Belaise, theoretically.
But like, and then they start chasing him, and then they try to beat him up. And then like he's like at the drive-in, and he steals this guy's car and drives away, and he's got this chick in the rear. Like passenger side, and then she gets away, and then he
does
has
try
to get.
kill her, but yeah.
Well, he does, and then he has to get back to the hotel, and he can't get in there. So it's all like.
Well, and I will say, I like a lot of the obstacles that they put up against him, specifically because it's in his eyes the women that create the obstacles.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, and I think I'm like, oh, I like that. Because that serves the theme of the story, right? The problem that I have with it specifically is the fact that they said that he was insane. Because then it takes all the wind out of your theme. If you're saying this specific action and belief is bad, and you go, oh, okay, that's bad, and then they go, and the person who has this belief is committed and in an insane asylum, and it's like, well, so it's not an actual belief, they're just insane. It takes all of the breath out of that. You know, the only way you get away with that, I think, in some instances, is where the person is clearly so insane that they can pose as sane, almost, I think. Because I think, like, the Joker fits that, or, like, really any of the Batman villains. Like, yeah, they're insane, but they have a sense of competency that's that's hyper sane.
Whereas this guy just kind of sucks.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's just, like, he's a normal guy. He just happens to be insane.
He's also, like, just uses, like, a switchblade. Yeah. And he keeps pulling it out like it's scary.
Yeah, but it makes no noise. Like, they didn't put in a sound effect over it.
It's just like, it's like
Also, I thought of Kyle at the beginning because one of the biker guys like takes a switchblade, but it's actually a comb.
Oh yeah, I do have.
Yeah,
that.
and he has that. Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
Which I thought that was gonna be.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna come up at some point. And it never did.
There was a lot of potential for this movie. It just did not.
This feels like a film that I could make.
Also, there's
you know,
there's
it's
this,
like
when he's driving,
Kinda
when he
sucks.
has the chick in the back and he's driving to like find a place to kill her, he like has the switchblade out and he's like
no, yeah,
driving and he puts it away, and then she says something and he goes,
yeah. It's weird, man.
and I don't know.
I feel like that was taken out of sequence or something.
Yeah.
You know, like the editing. I don't know. It's a weird. It's a strange movie, and it's like I almost want to watch it again, just to like find out. Like, I don't. There's something there. It's so odd. It's like when you watch episode 9 and you're like, why did they make this? This doesn't seem right.
I saw that it had a 14.
But I didn't get mad when I watched this movie.
It had a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn.
I was like, wow. That's also part of what like led me to watch it.
Oh,
But also,
Hayden just sent a video. How much you want to bet it's from TikTok?
let's do it. Let's see. All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yep.
It's from TikTok. What did I tell
When I
you?
go to see the new Spider-Man movie this Thursday, if there is a baby that cries in the movie theater that I am in, I will lose my fucking mind. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you have a kid that cries a lot and you want to go see the Spider-Man movie, but you can't get somebody to watch your kid, you don't get to go see the Spider-Man movie. Aw. And I know there's some people that are going to say I'm a dickhead for saying that, but this isn't the fucking Minions movie, okay? This isn't Sing 2. There's no reason your kid needs to see Spider-Man, right? You're just bringing them because you can't find someone to watch your kid. So don't go! Wait until it comes out on Disney Plus. It doesn't even take that long.
You guys want to see something that's not
That
on
just
TikTok?
dated when we recorded this.
Yeah, it did.
You want to see something that's not on TikTok?
Please.
I swear
Go
to
ahead.
God,
Go ahead.
if
Go
you
ahead.
play
Let's
that
see it
again.
again. Let's see it
I'm
again.
gonna.
Oh shit!
I'm not looking at that. I saw not. What the fuck is wrong with you? How are you married? I can't fucking figure it out.
I downloaded
You're
Discord.
married, and I can't even get a girl to text me.
Oh my god.
It's okay because Claire has seen those.
Oh, she found him.
No,
No, they tried
No, I'm on a Discord server and they send.
How did he do that? Like,
I know, but it fucking killed me. He was like, "But ding, ding, ding." This is crazy.
This man's married, and I can't even get a girl to
Yeah.
text me back.
oh
Yeah.
my god. Well,
What is this world that we live in? Somebody explain this to me, please.
fuck, man.
That's all I'm gonna show because the rest of the stuff
You
is
got more?
fucking disgusting.
Ugh.
There's a lot, but the rest are disgusting.
Jesus Christ.
That
Jesus
makes
Christ.
that's not a good sign.
What are we even talking about?
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to go back to the point that I was making earlier. What time are we at?
We got plenty of time.
Okay.
We're at 45 minutes.
Okay.
We gotta pull 15 more minutes out of our assholes. So
All right. Well, I can pull anything out of my ass. Just watch. What? Name one thing.
Cucumber.
Well, it just so happens.
Kyle said, "Pull out of my ass," and that reminds
No,
me.
stop! I'm so. You know what? No, you don't get this. You're done. You're done. You're done. It's a. Shut the
You're done.
God.
You're done.
No, you don't even get your phone either, because I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
And he's married. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Bling bling bling. Fuck! It's in my hands, man.
Look at
Ow. Okay. Okay, so I do want to talk about what I was saying earlier, right? And I think there's a bit of an Oedipus complex that's perhaps felt by the main killer, and I would say almost more so his son, or the son of Belaise, right?
Belaise.
Like there's the one point Chris pointed out where he puts the pantyhose like over his face, and it's really concerning imagery. He takes pills at one point. There's something else that he does, but it's not good. Like what he's doing. Like it's clearly like he has clear issues where he's not able to have a relationship with his mother. And I think that's really interesting. Because not only does that serve the theme of the story, but I think I was reading about this actually the other day.
What website were you using?
No, it was a book, dumbass. It was Maps of Meaning actually.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to finish it, but it's a hefty book, I will say. But what's interesting about like the man's relation with nature, and the fact that nature is usually symbolized as woman, right? And a lot of people think that that's like sexist, because it's like, oh, civilization is male and then nature is woman because it's the unknown and it's the bad stuff. Well, there are two sides to nature. There's the nature that can kill you, and then there's the nature that you need to survive. And the reason that femininity is associated with the natural element of the unknown, the unexplored, that which creates, is because that is biologically what women have done throughout the past, is that they essentially were nature, because they were able to produce something almost from nothing, just like nature does with food and all other forms of life, right? That's why it's usually represented as such. And I think there's even maybe on a deeper level, there's the idea that a child needs his mother to survive. He literally will use the body of the mother for sustenance, right? That's where milk comes from and stuff like that. It's the same dependence that you have when you're an adult on nature. And I think there's a reason that harbors in, is because you're always dependent on something, whether that be your mom at an early age, friends, family when you grow up, and then when you're an adult, it's still the natural order. You're not independent to your own devices. You still rely on other things. And I think maybe because your mother traditionally, and almost in all cases, is that which provides to you from birth. And I think that's why there's such a fascination, well, maybe I would say more fixation in the Oedipus complex with mothers, is because it is that from which all things come from. And so I just think that's really interesting, and I think there's something in this movie that's about that as well. And so yeah. I know you guys are fucking around over there. Sorry. So it's okay. I said what I wanted to say. I'll be honest, and Chris and I like briefly mentioned this before the podcast, but there's not a whole lot to say about this one.
No.
Yeah, this movie's bad.
So I tried to pull something out.
Chris isn't allowed to recommend movies anymore.
I've recommended them.
But I think, have we discussed everything we want to discuss in this movie?
Dude, honestly, let me look that quick.
Because I have a good way of ending the podcast.
The Killer is the Dad called it.
Oh yeah.
He's a titty stabber.
Aren't we all?
Tit-tacular. What's a good anaphorism for that? Whatever the fuck it is. Allele?
Tits galore.
No, what is it when it's a tit-tat-tat-tat-tat?
What?
Same letter.
An acronym?
Repeat. No.
Onomatopoeia.
No.
That's when the word is spelled how it sounds, I think. I don't know. No, sound effect. Sound effect word.
It's
sound
the
effect
50s
word.
Batman. We'll go
Splam.
boom, pow.
Pow.
Alliteration.
Blam.
We need an
Is that not what I
alliteration.
said?
No,
You said acronym.
Oh.
Mom, there's
I-
alliteration in my soup.
I
10
meant
bucks.
alliteration.
If
She
you were in
said-
my 7th grade English class, you'd know.
Titillating titty. What's a T word?
Testicular.
No.
Titty tango.
What's a T word that is for hurting things?
Tango.
Oh, he's a
Tribulate.
tactless. He's a tactless, titillating, titty targeter.
titty tackler.
He's a titty targeter.
I'm a titty targeter.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
Name
I'm
one
married.
titty you targeted.
I need 2.
Who's two? What's the second one?
Does it rhyme with?
Are you? I swear to
I'm gonna text her that too.
Stop! All right, I think there's an easy way to end this podcast.
With a rap.
Well,
No. Everybody shut up! Okay.
I'm going to stop recording.
I think there's an easy way to end this podcast. Our year in review. Give a short, no longer than, let's say, a modest-sized paragraph.
Meeting Tech Lab Girl.
Your year in review, the highs and the lows. We'll start with Jake.
Meeting Tech Lab Girl.
Okay, lows.
Fucking basically every other time. Except when I'm with my friends or family. But basically every other time besides that.
Does that include the times we were there for the bad times?
No.
Okay, wow.
Bad times with friends are never bad times.
well, not when it's my bad time.
All right.
What's your bad
The
one?
high for my year, I
It's
got
when
married.
he got high.
I got married.
Oh shit, that was
Yeah.
this year.
Oh my god! Holy crap! That does not feel.
Well, sorry, last
I
year.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
last
year.
Last year. Yeah. Oh, so confused.
Yeah, I got married, so that was a high. A low, I got alcohol poisoning.
Damn, if only
That also happened this year.
That's not even. That
I don't
bad
know
of
if it
a
was
low,
alcohol
man.
poisoning, but he definitely.
He
feels
got
so.
shit a lot.
Yeah, it was 4 beers, and I
You did not get alcohol
It was-
poisoning
no,
off
it was-
4 beers.
vomited violently. I did.
Had to take home a guy's trash can.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
it was yeah.
bad.
When was this?
This was that night.
Yeah.
That night after.
Oh.
Yeah, bad night.
The set that shall not be named.
Yeah.
After you said.
We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it twice. If you're editing this bitch. All right. Did you say yours?
Bleep.
Yeah, you said yours.
Bleep.
Let's see.
Hey,
Go ahead.
well, another high.
Bleep.
You and I joined the podcast.
Yeah.
Bleep.
We did. We did
Bleep.
do
Did I steal your high?
Bleep.
that.
Bleep.
I don't know,
Bleep.
man.
Bleep.
Shut the fuck up!
I don't know, man. I guess my high. I guess my high was.
Do it again. Okay. See.
Bleep. Oh, God. Bleep.
Please stop.
It's so funny.
No, it's not.
It really is.
Jake's like, I have something mildly funny, but if I do it 100 times, it
It gets funnier.
gets even better.
Well, it's like and I think you should leave. It's
Yeah.
the one where he's got the Tommy gun and it just keeps going and going and going. So it's like that's funny. Okay, it's kind of getting old now.
Yeah.
All right, we've had enough.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Please end this. And then it's like, dude, that's
Okay,
fucking
yeah,
hilarious.
that's funny again, yeah. Hot.
Ow, my hair! Ow! Ow! Look at that! Ow!
All right, hurry, go.
Ow!
I don't know. I think my highs is stealing a
Shitting
job.
in my toilet.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think one of my highs is like getting paid for the first time for my work.
Oh.
And because I stole that from Jake.
And
I
look
didn't
at-
really steal it, but I
And
did.
look at me now, fucking
did.
broke, and nobody wants to hire me.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm in the same boat, just not with this one thing. So that's been good because I've got to do that quite a bit. I mean, I've had other highs too, but you know, those are
Kyle's a good boy. He doesn't get high.
so. But
Dang, bro, you're not gonna even mention the name that rhymes with.
I'm so sick of you, man. My lows were woman related though, and because I think that was at the beginning of this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
And then it turns
shit.
out that.
Yeah, it's a whole story, but I would say my lows was that that didn't work
That
out
is
too
a
well.
low.
As it turns out, I learned a life lesson. People only change if they want to. You cannot persuade them to, and that's a rough bullet to bite because that's not necessarily one you want to chew.
That is. You know what a low for me is my constant thinking of Sad Emily
Yeah, you got to stop doing
and
that.
how it's all my fault and I'm a piece of shit
Hmm.
for that.
It happens, but it's good. It's good to reflect. I think at the end of the year on your highs and your lows, and maybe you have more personal ones, maybe you have less personal ones. But that's good because it's good to see the range of emotion that you went through just within a year, and think you're probably gonna have You know, well into 80 of those. So use them wisely, because I know this is something I've been thinking about a lot, is that I'm going to die. Oh, shit. I just
I've been thinking about that too.
yeah, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, dying is
Yeah.
scary, man.
It's very, very scary.
Hey, speaking of death, watch our documentaries.
Yeah, that'll help you get through it. Possibly mine more than Jake's, but that's up for you. Obviously, I'm a little biased on that, but I do think that is something important to think about, is that you are going to die, and that's an inevitability. But
I am inevitable.
But
$10.
the question is, how do you live? Because that's the only thing you can do. Take the small things that you can control, and try your best to be who you could be, not who you are. Advocate for the person you could be. Don't advocate for the person you are.
Don't try to be like Shifu in the peach tree. Be like Oogway in the peach tree.
Don't be yourself. Be better.
I was trying to end on a good note.
Don't be yourself.
And you had to
Be your
monkey
best
it.
self. How about that?
I just don't like the term best self, because it seems a little...
Just don't be me.
Hey, you're married, so
Chris, everybody has stuff to work on, but that's... You're not like a miserable like piece of shit. All right, so
again,
Well,
you're married.
I'm just trying to be jokey.
no,
You're married.
this is serious time.
Okay,
Chris.
okay.
This is serious time. We're
You're
giving
married.
advice to our audience who didn't ask for it.
And who probably stopped listening at this point.
Listen, we're on the internet.
But if you
So we
did
know
make
what
it
we're
this
talking
far,
about.
you know what? Thank you.
Thank you.
And
And
Happy
we're-
Thanksgiving.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Yes.
And hope that you spend it with people that you care about.
Wisely.
Maybe if you have that special someone, you find a little toad attached to a missile and you kiss under it. Missile toad?
Tech
Haha.
Lab girl, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, we're gonna find.
I'm not afraid. We already did. Why didn't you text me back?
Yikes.
Yikes.
All right. Ready or not scale. This is a 0.
Dude, I don't fucking care about that anymore.
No, that's our New Year's
That's our
resolution.
New Year's
no more
resolution.
ready or not scale. Thank Christ.
We're instead going to be using the Belko Experiment scale. We're going to rank it out of 1 out of 10. We need to watch Belko Experiment so you guys know what I'm talking about.
We'll
Should've
add
been
this
using
in
it this whole
after.
time. I want to do a music thing,
Okay.
but it's not a rap.
Okay.
Hand me my laptop. It's not.
It's gonna be open
It's not.
when he opens it.
No, he was on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, Discord is where I found those things.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Damn, I was wrong.
So-
So it's the incel.
A normal thing that you do on New Year's is that you go out to a bar with your family or your friends or both, and you do what, guys?
Get drunk.
No, well, you do that, but what else do you do?
Sing.
You karaoke! So I thought, since the only redeeming quality of this movie is the theme song,
Oh, I got you.
we can karaoke the theme
How it has, how it
Alright, shh. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do it.
Alright.
Alright, I'll do the first verse, and
We'll all do the chorus.
you do the chorus each time.
Okay.
Well, you do the chorus the first time.
We're gonna cut this.
Okay.
Running with the devil.
Where's the mic? Where's the microphone?
I don't know where it's at.
Alright, hold it.
Get the remote right there.
Shining like the night that hits the knife at the stroke of midnight. Quiet but so bright, my heart beats well, so can't you tell I'm in a fever? Tell me, will it be sweet New Year's Eve, or do I fear a New Year's Eve?
Alright, here we go. Shall we dance to the music of the past? To the honey, heartbeat of the hourglass. Glass! La la lash, will I see your bright eyes flash? Yogi's spinning to the ground, No. New Year's Day in town.
Oh.
There's a bit.
And there's an instrumental.
You're the guitar.
In the night to meet the moon, all dressed in white, you appear. Oh yeah. Outside in the streets, you'll hear the cheers of you, my dear, from other people. Titty. Tell me, will it be sweet New Year's Eve, or do I fear New Year's Eve?
Shall we dance to the music, toast the past, watch the humming heartbeat drumming of the hours glass. But at last when I see your bright eyes flash, you'll be spinning to the ground.
Click the logo for the official Shadow website. Hashtag B-Movies.
Hashtag horror.
Hashtag movie news.
Hashtag horror. Clear's mom. Bye. Down sauerkraut. Oh shit. Ow. Don't touch me.